let's talk about renting an apartment. Part 1. A conversation between Sarah and the real estate agent Mark. Hi Mark, nice to meet you. Thanks for showing me the apartment today. Hi Sarah, nice to meet you too. No problem at all. Let me give you a quick tour of the place. This is the living room and over here is the kitchen. It's fully equipped with all the appliances. It looks great. How much is the monthly rent? The monthly rent is $1,200. This includes water and gas, but electricity and internet are separate. Okay, that sounds reasonable. What documents do I need to provide to rent the apartment? You'll need to provide a copy of your ID, proof of income, and a reference from your previous landlord. If you don't have a rental history, a letter of employment or a co-signer might be required. Got it. And what about the deposit? We require a security deposit equal to 1 month's rent, so $1,200. This will be refunded at the end of your lease, provided there are no damages or outstanding bills. Understood. How do I make the payments? You can pay the rent via bank transfer, check, or online payment through our portal. The security deposit is usually paid up front, along with the first month's rent. Is there any flexibility on the rent price? I was hoping to negotiate a little. We generally stick to our listed prices. But since it's a competitive market, we might be able to offer a slight discount for a longer lease, say 18 months or more. I see. What if I agree to a 15-month lease? Could we maybe lower the rent to $1,150? Let me check with the landlord and see if that's possible. It's not a huge reduction, so it might be acceptable. That would be great. Also, is there a specific move-in date you're looking for? The apartment is available immediately, so you can move in as soon as you're ready and all the paperwork is completed. Perfect. I'll gather the necessary documents and get back to you by tomorrow. Sounds good. I'll await your confirmation. Feel free to reach out if you have any other questions. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your help. You're welcome, Sarah. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Part 2. A conversation between Sarah and her landlord, Mr. Johnson, regarding confirmation of other information. Hi, Mr. Johnson. I have a few more questions about the lease and living arrangements. Of course, Sarah. What would you like to know? First, regarding the lease agreement, can you explain the renewal policy and what happens if I need to terminate the lease early? Sure. The lease is for 15 months and it automatically renews unless you give a 60-day notice before the end of the term. If you need to terminate early, you'll need to provide a 30-day notice and may be responsible for a penalty fee equivalent to 1 month's rent. Got it. And about utilities, just would like to confirm which ones am I responsible for setting up and paying. You'll need to set up and pay for the electricity, internet and cable if you want it. Water and gas are included in the rent. Great, thank you. Also, I'd like to do a move-in inspection. Can we schedule that? Absolutely. How about we do it on your move-in day? That works. One last thing. Can you clarify the policy on subletting? I might need to travel for work occasionally. Subletting is allowed, but you must inform me and get approval in writing. The subtenant will also need to provide their details and agree to the lease terms. Perfect. Thanks for all the information, Mr. Johnson. I feel much more prepared now. You're welcome, Sarah. Let me know if you have any other questions. Part 3. A conversation between Sarah and her landlord, Mr. Johnson, regarding maintenance issues in the apartment. Hi, Mr. Johnson. this is Sarah. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to discuss a few maintenance issues I've noticed in the apartment. Hi, Sarah. Sure, go ahead. What seems to be the problem? Well, I've noticed that the washing machine isn't working properly. It doesn't seem to start at all. Additionally, the faucet in the kitchen is blocked, and there's no separation between hot and cold water in the shower. It's a bit inconvenient. I see. Unfortunately, because the apartment is priced quite low, I generally don't cover repairs for these kinds of issues. Tenants usually take care of minor maintenance themselves. I understand it's a budget-friendly apartment, but these issues are affecting my daily life quite a bit. Could you make an exception and have these fixed? I'm afraid I can't. You'll need to handle this on your own. I'm sorry. All right, I understand. In that case, could you recommend any local maintenance workers or services that I could contact for these repairs? Yes, you could try calling Mike's Home Repairs. They're reliable and reasonably priced. Their number is 555-234. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'll get in touch with them. Renting a house can involve various situations such as maintenance and negotiations. Hope these scenario conversations can help you learn how to communicate with agents, landlords, about renting your house.
Okay, that's all for today. Bye for now.